Here in Doha, idyllic afternoons slink into thrilling nights. A quick Arabian sunset. Then day dissolves into darkness. And in the bright lights, all the best horses come out to play. The night at Rayyan racecourse. It's time for the biggest races, dazzling talents, sparkling trophies. Glimmers of hope wherever you see those old gold and peacock blue silks of Wathnan racing. The white heat of rivalry. Floodlit and fiercely fought. We're in the evening of the Qatar season 2. In a moment, the final elite contests before racing here shuts up shop and retreats from the summer, takes itself off for a good lie down. But not so fast. No, we've got the Qatar Gold Sword to come and some of our favourites before we're done.
هي إكوينوكس من الجهة الخارجية ميسرة قادمة بلدك على المركز الأول ولكن
Walking in with a Wathnan winner never gets old. Nice one, fella. And Equinox, what a superstar. He does it again for you, Alban. Number 25 for Equinox.
Yes, I'm surprised. Because first, 25. Second, because Alban Qatari jockey. And for Wathnan, it's nice to have the best local thoroughbred. He's still at 9 years old, the best local thoroughbred.
What's the secret? How are you keeping him so well in his age?
He's like me, you know. We take care about us.
Wathnan has won here 50 or more times since the beginning of the season last October. And the Wathnan cameras have been lucky enough to be there. Win, lose, and draw. Yes, even draw. What fun that the team has had. It's the time of the year here at Rayyan. It's almost the halfway mark in an industrious, thrilling Qatar season. And here we are, another Wathnan winner coming into the winner's enclosure. The shadows are getting longer, the tension is rising. The last and biggest races of the day are upon us. So fireworks signify the end of the action here in Qatar. And what a day, what fireworks we've had for Wathnan.
It's been great to chat with you, and especially with the colours of Wathnan.
Yeah, there's been quite some show. Well, that was wonderful. Right, haven't we got some races to watch? Dark Trooper here in November. Then off to Abu Dhabi for a memorable night.
It's Matey King flashing late. Dark Trooper the inside from last. Dark Trooper, what a win!
4 wins on Qatar National Day. Look, our man, ridden by our man, James Doyle. Just 3 wins on Oaks Day.
What a way to break a maiden. It is War Lady. Chdia.
Go on, Chdia. Too easy.
Chdia. Chdia wins the Oaks. Best way.
3 more on Derby Day.
To win. The leader is Amir.
You've got to say the Wathnan team know how to celebrate. Another hat-trick on Sheikh Abdullah Day. That's Equinox. That was wonderful. And what about this? A magnificent 7 on rifle day. Yes, 7. But maybe the team would have traded the lot of them for just one race. This one, His Highness the Emir's sword, the Emir's race in front of the Emir. Our horse, Lippo de Carrere. Cinder grey and burning bright all season long. The almost unbeaten and seemingly unbeatable Al stood in the way.
A gap opens up on the inside rail for Alban de Mieulle. Lippo de Carrere is travelling well into the race and will still have a say in things.
Al, one of the all-time greats of purebred Arabian racing, seeking an unprecedented 3rd Triple Crown in this, his final start. Lippo couldn't, could he?
Lippo de Carrere up in distance today! And the shot, Lippo de Carrere has taken His Highness the Emir's sword. He has beat Alban de Mieulle.
It's the last race of the day, the last big race of the season, and who better to carry the burden of all Wathnan's hopes than just about the smallest horse in the stable, Chdia. Her name means fragment, and she's a little slip of a girl. Oh, but don't go thinking she'll be some sort of pushover. Oh no. She's won 7 of her 8 races, a Derby and an Oaks.
Chdia wins the Oaks.
This is her only defeat, a Group 1 on Arc de Triomphe weekend, beaten a short head. A short head? Look at that. Woo! Wow. Well, who doesn't need a bit of change of gear after that? Oh. Cup of tea, anyone? Chdia and Lippo de Carrere is trained, of course, by Wathnan's 2-legged Great Grey, Alban de Mieulle. Veteran broadcaster Bruff Scott, himself a bit of an all-time great, went along to spend a day in the life of Alban. And you know what? The boys got on like a house on fire.
A life with horses. I know a lot about a life with horses, a life spent in their steady, all-seeing gaze, around them, beside them, with them, on them, but most of all, because of them. Alban de Mieulle is many times Qatar's champion trainer, Wathnan's trainer from day one. I'm no racehorse trainer, but Alban is a man like me, from another country perhaps, some 10 years younger, so he says, certainly a lot taller. But we have horses in common, and all ours obsession that can be life itself. This is Alban's story, and it is telling the story of a wonderful Wathnan winter, and told, forgive me Alban, told through the eyes of the real heroes, the horses. So tell us about yourself. You were born with a horse background?
Yes.
Where were you brought up?
I was in France, you know.
Yeah.
My father was trainer before the war, and my life was all the time with horses, you know. When I was young, I go with my father to see the horse running everywhere in South France, North France. Sometimes we go in the morning at 6 o'clock, he say, okay, which means what we have in our blood, it means we do everything to go with the horses, you know. Before I was farmer, and when I stopped my military service, I took one farm, I was farmer, I have some horses with me, and step by step I move completely with the horses.
And you became a trainer in France?
Yes,
And where would that be?
it was in West France, close to Angers. I stayed 2 years, 3 years in southern Provence, and after I moved to Arcachon in South Bordeaux, where I trained along the sea during 9 years before to have opportunity to come here.
So, I mean, you were then 30, in your 30s, weren't you, when you came here?
33, 34, yes, something like that, yes.
And what was this place like? What was Qatar like?
Alors, all around it was completely the desert, and Doha, when I arrived, he has only 2 big hotels at this time. It was the Sofitel and the Sheraton. The rest was the desert, completely desert.
30 years ago.
30 years ago now,
Yes.
yes.
30 years ago. And the horses, what horses were here?
Oh, the story is strange because when I came with one Arab from France named Jebel, who was born in France, and this horse was my first Emir Sword winner. But at this time when I arrived, you have few Arabian here. We have maybe 15, 16 horses in training here for Sheikh Abdullah. Because when I came here, it was for Sheikh Abdullah bin Khalifa Al Thani, who was after Prime Minister of Qatar. So he started slowly to grow the stable here when I came. And we keep going like that during years and years, and we are very successful around the world. We won in America, in Belgium, in England, everywhere with horse. My best winner in jumping, it was in Belgium, the Grand Steep des Flandres.
Oh, yeah.
Belgium.
Which track was that? I rode in Belgium.
It's war game.
Oh yeah, I rode in Wathnan.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
I was surprised to see the Arabian. Of course, before I saw many Arabian race in France because I trained in Arcachon, Bordeaux, and this is where starts the racing. Arabian racing in France is South France, Mont-de-Marsan, Toulouse, Bordeaux, etc. So I saw many races there, but at this time, well, I will say once the winner passed the finish line, the second was 200 meters behind and the third was 300 meters behind the second.
It's extraordinary.
It was a not very nice race. Now it's completely different. It's like a thoroughbred finish all together with a sprint, with a very good turnover to finish. Completely different now.
These Arabs, what do you do different when you work them? How do you handle them compared to thoroughbreds?
That means when you work, you have to ask, is just my picture, you have to ask to the Arabian if he want to work today.
Really?
Thoroughbred, he will go. You say to him, you have to go, he will go. Arabian, you have to respect him, to ask him nicely. And it's the same during the race. A lot of race you can see, a lot of jockeys have the feeling with Arabian because they know you have to ask to the Arabian horse to give his maximum in the straight line, I mean in the straight line, but nicely. You don't ask suddenly, you know, like a thoroughbred, sometimes you want to surprise the horse because he will give all power. Arabian is a little bit different.
Really?
A little bit different. And they have a more character, I mean, they can, I would say not stop, but they can put the head up and say, no, I will not pass the other one in front. So we have to find the way. So it's very important feeling for the jockey with the Arabian also.
When you first came, you didn't have all this.
Not at all. No. We make this place for us because when I came, of course, he has nothing. The track was there, but this place, no, nothing was done.
How did this winter go? I mean, the plans this year, were they all going well, or were there any bumps along the way?
The season here in Qatar started around 10-15 October. So we have, I will say, the program here is, I will say, 55-60% of the race for thoroughbred and 40% for Arabian. So we are lucky, we have both of them in training, so it's very good. And Wathnan have, of course, now more and more thoroughbred in training, but we have more Arabian for us here in this farm, actually.
But the Arab horse, does he go on maturing? Because a thoroughbred is
completely
5 years old.
Completely different. The thoroughbred, we can race at 2 years old. They are, some of them mature, and you know better than me. But 2 and 3 years old thoroughbred is the best age for a flat race. Arabians, they start only at 3 years old, so they are late mature already. But I think they are in a full power at 4, 5 and over. you know. So I think 5 years old is the best age for an Arabian.
We started with Equinox,
Yeah.
and he can't go on forever. You can't go on forever. How long do you give yourself? What is your plan?
My plan, I don't know yet. Until I can keep going, is like Equinox. Until he can keep going, we keep going together, and we'll see.
Alban and Equinox.
No, but I mean, no. When you have a good horse in training, you know, every morning you are happy to wake up and to go to your job. You know, it's very important. And we have a good team. Wathnan organized very well, so now it's more challenge. We have a more challenge, so it's very important in the life.
I always think it's one of the secrets of racing is that every day we use the phrase in England. I think it's almost the same in French. Is a battle of hope against expectation.
Yes, exactly. Hope expectation. But
we have hope. We know expectations. It's never going to be quite as good.
No, but
we have to have hope.
We live with that. Every morning you wake up only for that. It's a challenge. You want to see maybe this horse today will be better than yesterday. Is what we want to see. You know. But sometimes you will wake up you say, oh no, you know, mine. You know, oh, this horse, I know he has something, and you try to find the reason why he's not so well. You know, and all the night you think about.
Yeah, this is beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, thank you. It's been very interesting for me. Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
The moon is high, the grandstand here at Rayyan emptying. The day is done, the season almost over. 3 winners today, 53.5 notched up, that unforgettable half. Wathnan Racing leading owner for a 4th consecutive season, a brimful trophy room. The pleasure and satisfaction, unbridled joy. And a Wathnan team that never forgets, the horses are the heroes.